Oh, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. The House of the Dragon. Man, I rambled. You guys, doesn't this song just kick ass? We are at $700 as of today. Hit $702. We did it, you guys. We absolutely did it. Are we going to go higher? How much higher are we going to go? Are we about to go down? These are all questions that I want to answer and address right now. So first off, nobody knows the future. Anything can happen at any point, but we do, at this point in time, we do have bearish divergence on the table. It's not confirmed until we get a red week, and if it were to confirm, that would send us all the way back down to about 471. Now, we could go down there. 471 would likely be a strong area of support, but at this point in time, I'm having a hard time believing that we're going to go below $500 again, like ever again in Bitcoin Cash's history. I've got some things that I want to address later in the video too, talking about potential highs, because you guys, I'm surprised. I'm very surprised at how many people are extremely, I'm going to pause the music. I should say you're pessimistically bullish. You're bullish, but you're like pessimistic. I was unaware how many people genuinely think it would be crazy to see prices above this high. Genuinely think it'd be crazy to see prices above this high. It kind of shocked me, and going through the comments over the past 2 days, and just hearing people talk about Bitcoin Cash, even on YouTube, even people who like support Bitcoin Cash, I'm pretty shocked at how pessimistically bullish. It's almost like you guys are bearish, but maybe my head's just in the clouds, man. But the way that I do TA, I don't see a scenario where if we break this high, that we're not breaking that high. I just don't see a scenario where that happens. And at this point in time, I don't see a scenario where we do anything less than 13K. I mean, we break this high, especially on the first pass. Like, I guess this would technically be the second pass of the 618, but within the first two passes, if we break that high, we break above the 618, prices all the way up at the 1272 to the 1618, they're essentially like, what's the word I'm looking for? They're it's not guaranteed, but they're very likely. It's like in the bag at that point. The thought that we would reach for this on the second pass above the 618, 69 area, that we would reach here and then reject something like that, we would form a higher high yet a lower all-time high. I mean, it's possible, it could happen, but I just don't see that happening, man. If we look at Bitcoin Cash, the last time that we were at the halving, right, before we get into the day-to-day stuff, you look at the last time we were at the halving, which was back in April, right? The Bitcoin Cash halving was in April. It was the beginning of April, so we'll just take the opening day, whatever, from there to the high. That was a 7.5x. 649% is a 7.5x. If we take the price that we're at now, this is the month of the halving. It should happen, sometime this month, very soon. So let's just take it from the relative prices that we have. And if we were to do the same kind of growth, which would be 649%, you guys, that would take us to new all-time highs already. That's 659, but whatever, 630. It's still new all-time highs. And if we base this off of the fibs, off of the most macro fib we have, which is our all-time high to all-time low, and generally speaking, those are not all-time high to all-time low fibs aren't always respected, especially if there's a lot of time that's been in between them. But you can see even though you found your low, this fib was not completed until December of 2018. We were still respecting it all the way out into June of 2023 and beyond. We've respected it. We arguably could still be respecting it, and even until the end of this cycle, we could still be respecting it. That remains to be seen. But if we see this move right here, right? If we were to see this move, it would be very uncommon. It's not that it doesn't happen, but it's very uncommon to reach into this zone and then turn around and top out. Generally speaking, when we reach into this zone, either on the first attempt through the 618 or the second attempt, which I think we will, this zone is like the only place to go. It's pretty much like an expectation at that point in time. 13K to 23K. It might sound crazy, man, being at $700 now, but I'm just saying this is the most bullish cycle for Bitcoin Cash that we've ever seen. It might not seem like it, but guys, we had a very long and boring phase of accumulation. It was still a higher low, but near all-time lows nonetheless. The reaction we had out of here, it was the strongest reaction that we'd ever seen on the weekly RSI. Okay, it was the strongest reaction we'd ever seen, and it had the most volume across every exchange that's like significant for Bitcoin Cash. Okay, on the BCH BTC chart, BCH BTC, we've done something that we've never done before, which is we've closed now 2 weeks in a row green above the 123 moving average. We're also about to do something that we've never done before as well, which is we're about to slope this moving average up. We're literally in the midst of sloping it upwards. Is it sloped up right now? You guys, we are about to slope this thing to the upside. It's so close. It's so damn close. We've never had that before. We've gotten there. We've gotten close, but we've never had it before. So we're shifting. We're absolutely shifting. We're seeing things we've never seen before. We're doing things we've never done before. We are seeing readings that are well above anything that we've ever seen versus Bitcoin. And we're still before in the Bitcoin Cash halving and the BTC halving. I don't see a scenario in my head. It just doesn't make sense where we do anything shy of obliterate last cycle's gains. Okay, so from low, if I can get it, low to high, we moved up. We did a 22x, 22.5x essentially. That's not bad. 22.5x, great. There were a lot of coins that did better, but hey, that's not bad. Nothing to be ashamed of. We're at an 8x now, okay? To get to an 8x, let's see. What? It probably didn't take that much time. I mean, that's a 7x. To get to an 8x, technically, it did. It took us all the way there. So it took us from December of 2018 to January of 2021. So December 18, 19, 20, 21, about 3 years. 3 years and a month, okay? Where here, it's been November 2022 until March of 2024. So that's November of 2023, and then about 6 months, not even 4 months. So a year and 4 months versus essentially 2 years and a month. In half the time, we've moved up the exact same amount, right? Beyond all that, we have no COVID. We have no DXY US dollar expansion, right? The economy across the world is looking better and better, like all the time, month by month. It really is looking better and better. Inflation's more or less under control, at least for the United States. We've got talk of interest rates being cut down, quantitative easing coming back in, like all kinds of things, man. It's an election year. Things tend to do good in election years. Tend to being the key words, but I'm getting way off topic here, man. I'm not even talking about TA at this point. I'm just saying I don't understand where do you get off at saying that Bitcoin Cash is gonna go lower? It's not gonna break all-time highs. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. To me, everything about this chart looks suppressed. It looks like it's been in a consolidation phase for a while. We are showing strength that we've never seen before, both on the US dollar pair and on the BTC pair. I don't understand how, when we're doing things differently than we've done in the previous cycles, how we could expect similar results. How we can expect to only do something that's a lower high, or I don't know. Maybe I'm just pie in the sky, head in the clouds, but I don't think I am, man. I really think this cycle so far, you can see it's stood out compared to the other cycles, right? I mean, obviously you had your hard fork near the end, not really anything to go off of there, but here, pumped up, consolidated for a hell of a long time, and slowly marched your way up, blew off top, and then just boom, done. Here, you pumped up, you did not sell off. You sold off a little bit, obviously, but you consolidated, and now we're pumping up again. These are really strong moves, you guys. Really, really strong. Are we at the? Did we also just print the? No, we did not. I was gonna say, did we print the strongest readings we've ever seen on the monthly? No, we haven't. But man, I'm getting all caught up. I'm talking way too much. I know you guys out there, the people that like Bitcoin Cash, you guys are a bunch of oddballs, so I'm sure you don't mind it at all. You know, I'm an oddball myself, man. It's all good. I don't mean that. I mean that in the most endearing way. I don't mean that as an insult. But if it is an insult to you, then you are a softball. Hopefully it's not insulting. I'm really not trying to insult anybody. But you guys are the Dragon Riders. We ride dragons here, man. This is the dragon. Looking at the weekly RSI, we're bouncing off the overbought zone, looking bullish as hell. We went up above 700 bucks. We very well could have found our high here. Okay, that's absolutely possible. Bitcoin Cash does like to top out or bottom out around its 6.9. That is its 1618, like literally right there. We just went to it. But we could, who knows, man? We could be making a run all the way up to 875 to 934, something like that. Who knows? On the daily here, let's see. Maybe on the 4 hour. Not a whole lot to go off of, honestly. The volume is declining on the 4 hour. Okay, I will be fair with that. These spikes in volumes at the top, they are going down. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the relative high. I wouldn't be surprised if we move back down to about 600 bucks, maybe even 500 bucks. But at this point in time, I'm kind of skeptical if we move down to 530 or 504. If we were to move below those levels, we could move down to 530 or 504. But I don't think we'd go below that level. So that's that, I guess, essentially, man. All that ranting to just briefly explain the TA right now. I do think that we're probably going to move down. We probably will start to move down. I think we've hit our high. If we're not there yet, we could have a little bit more to go. But to me, it looks exhausted. It looks like it's getting exhausted. We're reaching higher here, dramatically less volume. You do have more volume here on the 1 hour than you do over here, but if you look at the 4 hour, which is more significant, you can obviously see that there's less volume involved. I don't know. I can't help but feel like we are at the end of our ropes. We've had a good little bit of being overbought and above the 50. All good things come to an end. We've moved up a lot in a very short amount of time. Let's take a break. Let's chill, recollect ourselves, and then move up higher. And being that we're at the 1618, it really wouldn't surprise me if we did one of two things. Either one, move down to the 1272, which is down at about $600, and then move higher, or two, move down to the 100 to the 886 area, somewhere around $530 to $504. Find support there, and then we move higher. Either way, however you cut it, it's a higher low, and it's not a bad thing. So that's my thoughts. One of my more, I suppose, bearish videos recently, while also being very, very bullish on the long term. Just in the short term, I'm a little bit bearish. I don't really see enough in the charts. I'm going to be completely fair right now. Enough in the charts to tell me that this is a high. I'm just going off of kind of a gut and going off the fibs, man, off of the relative fibs. I'm trusting the fibs. I'm trusting the volume. I'm trusting what I see before me. I'm trusting the fact that we have moved up a lot in a very short amount of time. The last time that we had like a significant move like this, I don't know, 75% I guess is a lot different than 39%. I don't know. Let's look at the ribbon. Let's just see real quick. Let's pull the ribbon out one more time. You are pretty far away from the ribbon on multiple accounts. Yeah, I mean, I'm calling it right now, guys. I'm calling it right now. Momentary high is in. If it's not here at 702 and 91 cents, then we're very, very near it. And if I'm wrong, and I would love to be wrong, but if I'm wrong, we're going to move all the way up to about 787 or 934. That's that, and that would be our next stops. And statistically speaking, we're more likely to interact with this as like a significant area to turn around than we are with this. But I feel like Bitcoin Cash actually does like its 1886 and its 886, so we could top off there. But I feel like this is the area, the 1618, the golden extension. That's where we're going to go. So, or that's where we're at. Makes sense to turn around here. Either find support at about $600 and then continue to move up. If not, 530, 504, somewhere around there, and then we move up again. That's that. Consolidation for now. Time to take a break. Dragons are tired. They're probably going to rest, and I got nothing else to say. So if you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. I know I was a little bit of a rambler on this one. Not too well put together, but it is what it is, and you get what you get, and I hope you liked it. And if you did, hit that like button. And I got nothing else to say, so take care. Bye-bye.